Yo, what's good, fellas? We're back with a new video. We did not work out over the weekend, but we did spend all weekend in the bed sick, so yeah. Allergies hit me like a damn Mike Tyson 1-2. That's what I'll say, because, I'm not gonna lie, like, right here, it was just like, it was a sinus infection kind of like coming on, but I beat it, I think, before it really kicked on. I got the medicine, kicked back for a little bit, before it really came on. But it's still all congested up in here, but I was feeling a lot of pressure right there in that forehead right here. And when that's going on, if you ever had a sinus infection, the room could just be spinning on you. And any lifting, I tried to do leg day on Friday. I squatted 3 times, 10 reps. I wasn't feeling too good, so I did 225 only. And my head was just, and that's what it felt like. I just felt like I was just spinning. And I tried to, to do the open and close them on the sus machine, and then the calf raises. I did 2 sets, and the workout was done there. I just went home and, kicked it back for the whole weekend, got myself right. And here we are on a nice, fine Monday to really get after it. All upper body. Best way to start the week off. But also, dude, it has started snowing, as you can see, that little bit of whiteness right there. It's definitely looking at over there. Here we are in November, and it's already snowing here in Buffalo. But either way, fellas, I say we get to it. Hit this lift. I'll catch you guys on the flip.
Alrighty, so we got coming in here, a little 185. I was not pushing no 225 today, fellas, coming off of being sick, but we did 3 sets of 12. So, if, you balance the 2 out, I think 3 sets, 12 reps with this is about the equivalent to, a nice little 225 for 7 reps, kind of. But, coming off being sick, fellas, I'm not trying to do anything. Also, I'll still, towards the tail end of my workout, I was still feeling a little bit of it. So I was trying to really just, be relaxed when I was working out. A little bit more with the flow instead of, grinding out and going real hard and feeling all, because that would definitely have my head spinning. But then we come over here, we got our lat pull down, 3 sets of 10, with a nice straight bar. I did go with the little angle on the side there, so I got real wide, really opened up those lats. Then we come over here, we got our tricep push downs with the V-bar. 3 sets of 10. I really haven't done it with this backrest in a minute. It really felt good coming way overhead like this, leaning back a little bit into that seat. I may bring this one back. I'm not going to lie. I do miss having that seat behind me for the extra little bit of support to really help lock in on the tricep. Then come over here, we got our flies, 3 sets, 10 reps with that 10-second hold. I just took a minute right there to readjust, make sure I was really, activating my chest with this. That's another point of emphasis going forward. It's really hoping, really starting to feel our chest again. I kind of got away from, feeling my chest in my workouts. My muscle connection in general is just important. So, arguably. But, right now I'm trying to get back to focusing on it. You know what I mean? Instead of just moving weight. But regardless, right here we got our hammer curls, not hammer curls, twist curls, 3 sets, 10 and 10 each reps. But then I did pivot into hammer curls into the 2nd to 3rd set, because that's one thing. Once I burn out on curls, I rotate into hammer curls. So, regardless, we getting those curls in, building a bigger and better bicep. But I will say, I did 5 reps on the 2nd set. Each arm, and then I switched over to hammers just because I was really burning out on the curls. And like I said, I want to keep a low stress workout, but still go hard. So that's why I pivoted away into hammers. I've done that before. Definitely just a good way to attack the muscle. You know what I mean? Now you come over here, we got our shoulder press, 3 sets, 10 reps. Driving straight up, making sure we're keeping keeping that behind us. You know what I mean? That's one thing I focused. I was, before I was starting to kick my butt forward on that seat. So now I've been, locking in on that, tuning a lot of things up, fellas, these past few weeks. Then we got 3 sets here, 10 reps with, just a regular in-close chest press here. Really just wanting to, get that chest engaged. Like I said, fellas, at all costs. I feel like I got to catch back up on that chest.
Fellas, that's a wrap on today's lift. I'm not gonna lie. Started to really feel, the weekend come on towards its end. So, that's a wrap on today's lift. Not gonna lie, someone did walk in when we were, doing our pump check, so I quit talking. But what I was gonna say, fellas, is, towards, when I first started lifting, I was definitely feeling a little weak coming off, being sick and stuff like that. But, I'm not gonna lie, it's still lingering. I will say that, towards the end of my workout, I was definitely feeling the pressure build up a little bit here. Nothing crazy to, call a workout or anything. Definitely could push right through it like I did. But, definitely kept, the heavy lifting down, kept it more to, I was definitely pushing weight, but I kept more to, minimum, making sure I was just, breathing and, not tensing all up or anything, just trying to keep the pressure down so I'm not getting all, dizzy and stuff like that. Right now I just gotta take care of myself, while trying to catch those gains, But, either way, fellas, we always just stay hustling. We stay grinding and we stay focused. But, either way, I'm just trying my best out here, man. I'm just been rolling with the punches, I feel like, for a while now. It's one thing after the next. I just can't catch a break. But you want to know what a big dog gonna come up to that plate. I'm gonna feast. I'm gonna feast. I'm not gonna let nothing go to waste. So whether it's a shitty one or it's the best one, we still getting that in, day in and day out. But regardless, fellas, looking good, looking great, I will say. And definitely looking a little porky, because he's on that bulk, but probably next week will be the tail end of the bulk, I guess. I hate to say it, but I may just go in maintenance for a little while, because I don't want to, I put on I feel like a good chunk of weight, where I can still be chilling and, building some good muscle with it. But, I'm not trying to get fat like I did last time. I did get fat, but we were chasing 315, so that's a different story. But regardless, fellas, I still want to be able to kind of see that six-pack, but, just one nice little layer over it, and that's what we kind of got right now. But, I guess the bulk really don't start or really end till the cut starts, So even if we're in maintenance, doesn't mean we can't go up and wait, until the cut. That's when, I guess the bulk's officially done. But regardless, fellas, if you stuck around, please leave a like, subscribe. I appreciate it. And, as always, stay hustling, stay grinding, stay focused. Peace out. See you guys in the next one.